So we'll be flying today in the 737 MAX 8. I've not flown this one a huge amount, only since I started this career mode actually with Jet2. I'm more of an A320 man myself, but I thought I should try and learn another plane. It's more complicated than the A320 to set up, and actually I find it more difficult to fly, but that's more of a challenge, and that's a good thing. So firstly, before we get going, we want to make it realistic, because it's part of my career. I'm a Jet2 pilot, so we're going to request boarding, and look, there you go, all these things appear. And I love this. It just adds a level of immersion. Is that the passenger bus? I have 189 passengers. Are they all going to come out of that like a clown car? There can only be like 4 in there. Well, there's one. Is it just this bloke? My sim brief has asked for 189 passengers, and instead I have 1. Well, he's going to have an amazing ride. He's paid for a Jet2 economy fare, and he's going to get first class. And you know what? Fair play to him. He's absolutely smashed it. Anyway, we'll ignore all that. I've started up a few things. I've started up the APU. I've aligned the plane as well. I've started batteries and emergency lights and all that kind of stuff. So now we're going to go here and turn these on. And we're going to set our target altitude, which today, I wrote it down earlier, 37,000 feet. And at this time, we'll put the logo lights and the steady lights on. I think import route, load from PLN file, load from PC, open. That's come through. This is weird. So passengers 189 on SimBrief, but it's saying I can only have a maximum of 166. And there's actually only 1 passenger on board in reality. So if I go configure and then I go seats, I guess it's a full flight. If I've got 189 booked on and only got 168 seats, they're just going to have to share. You can sit on the lap of your fellow passenger. Cargo was 4715. It never gives you the exact one. 4740. That will do. Load immediately. Fuel, we're going to work in kilograms because I'm not an American. 8,025. Can't do it, so 8,083 it is. And then we go back to the flight planner and to here and send it to our avionics and close that. Reference airport is... where the hell are we again? EGNX. Flight number is EXS3087. Bang. 0 fuel weight, 63.540 fuel weight, reserves. Cost index was 60. And flight level is going to be 370. That's all fine. Execute. N1 limits, fine with that. Takeoff, we'll do 5 degrees of flaps. Our center of gravity is 30%. We'll need 4.5 trim, and let's do that now because I always forget. So down here, it's probably around there-ish. And then we'll put our V speeds in. So the one we need to remember is that one, 151, because we're going to put it in the upper bit in a minute. The MCP. We're now going to get SayIntentions open. I'm a big SayIntentions fan. We are going to firstly tune in ATIS.
QNH1021. Transition level 70, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read BEC all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information X-ray.
East Midlands ground, Channex 3087. I have information X-ray requesting IFR clearance to Vienna, please.
Channex 3087, cleared to Vienna via the SAPCO 1 November departure runway 27. Initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 126.18 squawk 4753.
Cleared to Vienna via the SAPC 1 November departure runway 27, initial climb to 4,000 feet, departure on 126.18, squawk 4753, Channex 3087.
Channex 3087, read back correct.
Hell yeah, departure, arrival, and usually, to be fair, it picks the right one, although, it's got the runways wrong here. And there's the lady from the cabin crew. So we're going to change this.
passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you.
27 and
If you need
SAP
any
1
assistance, feel free to
November.
contact any member of our crew.
Execute. And let's go here. So our initial altitude is going to be 4,000. There we go. Flight director on. Auto throttle on. We'll put that flight director on. We're going to put the VNAV on, the LNAV on. We're going to put our initial speed, which is 151. There we go. And we're also going to put in the direction of the runway heading that we're leaving from. So that's going to be 268. 268. 268. 268 is set. Make sure our squawk is set to 4753. It is. Let's turn that on to auto and put that on to XPNDR for now. And at this time we can put the seatbelt signs on. East Midlands ground, Chanex 3087 requesting pushback and start. Didn't say East Midlands properly there, did I? But
Chanex 3087, pushback and start approved, face east.
prepare for pushback and departure. If I click that, things will start driving away. And now GSX is going to crash. Look at this guy. Just dancing. It's not a time for dancing. My GSX has crashed. Okay, we've reset GSX finally. And we're going to have another go at that pushback. There we go. Tail needs to go right. We'll release the parking brakes. Let's start up the fuel pumps. It's always worth checking if we have any fuel in the centre, which we have a tiny bit. We'll put the centre fuel pumps on as well. Anti-collision lights are on, and APU bleed on. So we're now going to turn this knob to ground, and then go down here.
Fasten your seatbelts by inserting. Please return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Life vests are located under your seat. Put it on, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft.
Setting the parking
There are 2
brakes.
exits at the-
You can see the fumes from the engine, and we should be able to see our bloke in here. Oh! Well, there's loads of people in here, but only one boarded. He must have had sex with the cabin crew, and they must have had many, many babies. I mean, we have been waiting on the ground this long. Right, that engine started. Let's start up the other one. Wrong button. There we go. Bang. I wonder if I'll be docked points for how long it's taken me to get this plane off the bloody ramp. It isn't my fault. So now we can go bang, bang. Turn on our hydraulic pumps, and we can put our window heat on, our probes, our yaw damper, and some switchy stuff to do here. So that left pack goes to auto, right pack goes to auto, isolation valve goes to auto, APU bleed off, and then these guys go on as well. East Midlands ground, Chanex 3087, request taxi clearance please.
Chanex 3087, runway 27 taxi via Charlie Romeo Alpha.
Runway 27, taxi via Charlie Romeo Alpha, Chanex 3087. Pretty easy taxi, so we're going to go taxi lights on, and let's get this bloody plane moving. Whilst we're moving, I'm going to set our flaps to 5 and set the barrow here, QNH.
Chanex 3087, contact tower on 124.005, safe flight.
Switching to tower, Chanex 3087, thank you. I always like to say thank you to the AI. One day they will take over, and they'll remember me as that polite guy, and they won't murder me and my family. Tower, this is Chanex 3087, currently lining up at runway 27, ready for takeoff.
Chanex 3087, East Midlands Tower, runway 27, wind 080 at 3, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Chanex 3087.
Approaching runway 27.
And we are lined up, and we're going to do a few things. We're going to turn the transponder to TARA. We are going to turn on our landing lights, turn this up to strobe and steady. There we are. Auto brakes to RTO, engines to 50%. We're going to press the clock and all the way forwards because we're doing a toga takeoff. Let's get ourselves to Vienna, somewhere I've not flown to before in real life or on the game. 80 knots, 100 knots, just pushing the yoke forward slightly just so I can maintain my steering. And we are approaching V1 in 3, 2, 1, a little bit of wobble, V1, rotate, nose up, ooh, bit squirrely. Not the cleanest takeoff, but that's fine. We have a positive rate, gear up. It feels heavy, the plane. I wonder if I got the weights right. And then we're going to reduce flaps by 1 and go into this left turn here.
Canex 3087, contact departure on 126.18.
We've whacked it into autopilot. Bit jittery. Departure, this is Canex 3087, climbing plus flight level 2000 for flight level 4000. I shouldn't have called it flight level 4000. You just don't say that, but that's fine.
Canex 3087, East Midlands radar, identified, climb 5000.
Climbing to 5000, Canex 3087. And that last bit of flaps we will put up now.
Canex 3087, climb flight level 200.
Climbing flight level 200, Canex 3087. So we are on our way. If I wanted to climb more aggressively, I could press altitude intervention and it would aggressively pitch the nose and basically get to the altitude as soon as possible. We don't really need to do that, so I'm happy just following the VNAV. Looking good from the outside. A little bit cloudy over England today, but not bad at all. We've certainly had worse weather. You can see on a pilot's life on this app, it knows we're in the flight stage climb now, and it's showing our route. These are all other people on a pilot's life. There you go. Gregory de Villiers. Gregory, if you're watching, hi bud. Hope you're enjoying your flight to San Francisco.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight
That
mode.
means we've
Our
hit
cabin service
10,000
will begin
feet,
shortly.
which we
Thank you
have.
for your
So
patience and
landing
enjoy the
lights
flight from
off,
jet2.com.
taxi lights off, and we can change our QNH dial just to standard. Lovely stuff. I've not drank that whole half bottle during this flight, by the way. I did have some the other day. These are our legs for the journey. I should have checked this before.
3087, direct Redford, then as filed, please.
Oh, it's changed my route. Direct Redford, then as filed, Canex 3087. They must have found a shortcut for me. So if I click Redford, go back to the page here, put that there. There we go. Execute. Nice.
Canex 3087, climb flight level 340.
Flight level 340, Canex 3087. 340. Instead of basically going along all the way here, we're now just going to go straight for Redford.
Canex 3087, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Canex 3087. Okay, we are now coming towards our cruising altitude. I'm going to ask the cabin crew for a red wine. Cabin crew, could I request a large glass of Merlot, please?
Understood, Captain. We'll bring a large glass of Merlot to the flight deck now.
Thanks awfully. They're well trained. It is concerning that that is a feature of this SayIntentions AI, though, that I can request alcohol to the flight deck, but we'll glaze over that. Well, as we leave the English coast here, on our way towards mainland Europe, which is somewhere over there, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to watch the rest of Spider-Man 3. I was watching that earlier. And I'll leave you with these lovely cruising shots. See you in a bit.
Captain, the Merlot is on its way to the flight deck now. Just a moment. Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. You can look forward to our popular tuna crunch roll and the delicious ham and cheese toasty.
Canex 3087, contact London Control on 135.425.
Canex 3087, expect the Buddies to Whiskey arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes.
Okay, so we're getting towards the top of our descent now, so let's sort out some stuff here. So let's go in it, ref. And our approach reference speed, we can choose whether we want flaps 40, 30, 15. I'm feeling like 40. So I'm going to ask what runway we're expecting here. Prague radar, Chanex 3087. Can you give me the expected arrival runway?
087, expect runway 34.
Expect runway 34, Chanex 3087. So 108.1 is the first thing we need. 108.1, 108.1. Bang. A couple of the things we need to look at here as well. One is just the altitude we'll be at when we intercept the glide slope. Then over here we have our minimums. So it's looking like 786.
Chanex 3087. Descent via Baltic 2 Whiskey to 6000 into Wien QNH 1015.
Descend via Buda to Whiskey to 6000 in Vienna, QNH 1015, Chanex 3087. We are going to go to 6000, go, and if I press altitude intervention, we are at this time going to put the seatbelt sign on. Passengers haven't caused too much fuss. Strange that the twins there would choose different rows, but hey, maybe they don't get on.
Chanex 3087, Wien approach. Identified. Good evening. Cleared NRAM 5 November transition. Cleared for the ILS runway 34 approach into Wien.
Cleared for the NER 5 November transition. Cleared for the ILS runway 34 approach into Wien. Chanex 3087. This is a big lake we're going over, isn't it? It must be famous. Let me have a look. Nussidler Sea. Dip down our speed now a little bit. So that's on 200. We're at 3,000 feet. Descending nicely. I'm going to increase some flaps now. You can see them moving there. Isn't that fun? In the distance, you can see there's the runway. I am now going to press the approach button.
Chanex 3087, contact Wien Tower on 119.4.
Switching to tower, Chanex 3087. Wien Tower, this is Chanex 3087. Approaching runway 34. Ready to land.
Chanex 3087, Wien Tower, winds 340 at 4, runway 34, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, Chanex 3087. As I said that, the glide slope has intercepted GS, so we're going to decrease our speed to our landing speed, and landing gear will be going out at this time as well. Disengage auto throttle now. Speed's at 156, we're going to go flaps again. We are going to now disengage the autopilot. I've gone a little bit out of whack here. There we go.
50, 40, 30.
This is not looking great.
20, 10.
I'm just gonna power off. Try and flare. That wasn't my best work, to be honest. Wasn't my best work at all. You know what I've just realised is my throttle has an off button for some reason. It was off that entire time. All the throttle input I was doing there wasn't doing anything. Of all the times for that to happen.
3087, exit at Bravo 9er if able. Contact ground on 121.6. Jumeirah to move.
Did you know that Vienna is home to the world-famous Vienna State Opera, where you can enjoy some of the best performances in classical music?
Vienna ground, this is Chanex 3087. Request taxi to assign gate.
Chanex 3087, taxi to Pier North Gate H41 via Bravo 4, Lima, Echo, exit 23, Whiskey, TL40 Center, TL40 Orange. Have a good day.
Taxi to Pier North Gate H41 via Bravo 4, Lima Echo, exit 23, Whiskey, Tango Lima 40 Center, Tango Lima 40 Orange. Thank you, Chanex 3087. Well, firstly, let's turn off our landing lights, put on our taxi lights, and then just the speed brakes down as well. Oh, we've got a plane taxiing in front of us over there. Austrian Airlines. I'm going to put a picture in the edit now, so you'll see there's a button there that is currently illuminated green. My finger brushed it at some point, and it went red, which meant the throttle disengaged for that entire landing. So I'm looking forward to seeing my score on a pilot's life, because I imagine I'm going to be punished. And I should be. That was a horrible landing. And whilst we are taxiing, let's have a look at that landing. But yeah, you can see there's clearly something wrong. This is not a good approach. Yeah, there's the flow, and I'm panicked. Cut the engine power. Oof. And a very heavy front nose as well. Not my finest work. Bang. Then I slammed the nose down. Oh yeah, then I cut the power here. Bang. Yeah. And as my passengers deboard, let's have a look at what a pilot's life said. What's the damage? 86. Ugh. My landing rate, minus 330. The G-force, 1.5 Gs on the landing. Now this should be interesting. A massive passenger bus has appeared. One person boarded the plane. Remember that? We only physically saw one person get on the plane. That's ridiculous. Look at them all go. Honestly. On that note, thank you so much for watching Junker Poach once again, and I will see you next time.